Interesting. I think yes, it is a word that's used an awful lot. I think with hotels, that whole area and environment is changing. Either hotels are kind of concentrating much more on the offer that they bring to an area, or they're almost ignoring it altogether and just white labelling things. We're much more in the box where we believe to offer something specific to the area we're working in. And so if you take, for instance, a couple of the projects we've worked on recently, the Curtain, it's a very bespoke offer for Shoreditch and for the people that are there. It's a younger demographic, they're quite entrepreneurial, they're into collaboration, and so you want to create a space that people feel comfortable coming to, lots of different people. Whereas the Devonshire Club, that's very much for the financial community and in the city, and that's slightly more private. People want to feel they're getting more of a service and being given a specific sort of service, whereas the Curtain and the people at Shoreditch, they're almost wanting to create their own environment and collaborate with certain different people. So I think we have to make places that encourage the people that live or operate within that environment specifically. And the Devonshire and the Shoreditch are literally only a mile apart, but the two areas and locations are so different that I think we have to be very careful about what we bring to it and how we offer it. I think to merge and combine the various uses now is very interesting. You know, people talk a lot about co-working. Co-living is becoming a very, very big area. Private members clubs is something that we specialise in a lot, and we understand that environment. And people who join a private members club, they want some form of ownership of where they are going to. And so in terms of the place you create, you want to stamp something, or allow them to stamp something on their own place, but give them an environment where they feel a sense of ownership and a sense of belonging. So I think it's very, very important, placemaking. Ours is much more in terms of the inward place. I mean, I'm an architect and my background is placemaking in terms of the wider public domain, and that's not something I'm really involved in anymore, because where we form places, these are spaces of collaboration, work, rest, play, whatever, for people to come together in. I think going back to what I was saying earlier, I think we were very particular about understanding the market there and what people in that area want. And this has been, I think, borne out. It's hugely popular since we opened only about 6 months ago. We didn't want to bring a brand particularly. My partners on that are the guys behind the Ganswalk Hotel Group in the States. But we actually chose not to brand it a Ganswalk because it's not specific enough for that environment and that locality. So we thought very carefully about what that area represents, what it's going to represent. It was difficult because even 5 or 6 years ago it was a very different place. The pace of change there is so rapid, but I think people want authenticity there. They want something that's specifically offered up for them in that marketplace. I don't think they want a big brand that is basically the generic same brand everywhere else just dropped into that area. I think people in Shoreditch are very, very picky about the things that they follow and the things that they're loyal to. So we wanted something quirky, different. We have a live performance space in there for bands, young emerging bands and emerging talent. That used to be a really big thing in London, but not so much anymore. And I'm quite proud that we're bringing some of that back. Marcus Samuelson, who's the chef at the Red Rooster, which is our restaurant, he started Red Rooster in Harlem, and that's a really different concept. I've never seen anything like it in the UK, and we're really happy to have him bring that brand to Shoreditch, and I think Shoreditch welcomes it. It's very eclectic in terms of its Ethiopian, Swedish and American style cooking. It really celebrates ethnic culture, black culture, both from a music point of view, from its cooking, etc. And that's really been embraced in such a big way. I mean, I'd seen it obviously in Harlem, and you obviously know why that's going to be a big success in Harlem because of the demographic in Harlem. But in Shoreditch, I'm so happy the way it's been embraced there, and people love it. It's very, very popular. So I think it was all about bringing lots of things together, and celebrating the sort of collaborations that already go on in Shoreditch. And you could see, the whole art and cultural background in Shoreditch is very popular, and it's something that we wanted to sort of promote. We have a lot of artwork throughout the building, a lot of local artwork and talent. We have a co-working space so people can go there and work together, and we have a live performance space also. Yeah, we've got a large country estate down towards Reading on the Thames near Goring, in West Berkshire. It's beautiful, near Basildon Park. It's an 11-acre site, it's right on the Thames, where we see that as being a sister to one of our city clubs. And we're creating a 63-bedroom hotel, spa, members club, restaurant. But it's also got 11 little independent lodges in the ground, so you can kind of have a forestry experience, sleeping outside under the tree canopy and what have you. That's quite exciting, but it's still in planning. It's quite a tough proposal. Planning constraints are quite heavy. And we're also now looking at a small club in New York. Most of our work is in London, because I think our partners come to us because of our London experience. And now with our partnerships with some of our American co-workers, we're looking at a small site in New York, which is very exciting.